Valentine's Day again. The world still turns, the clock still ticks, and the sun still sets. Yet here I sit, writing to you as if you might read this, as if ink on a page could bridge the unfathomable space between us. In my heart, I know it cannot. But my heart calls to me, as every breath I take feels like an echo of yours, begging to not let this day pass in silence, yearning to speak love, our love, into existence, even to the void. I bought roses today. It felt foolish, standing in a line of people holding bouquets meant for hands that are warm, for lips that still smile. But I could not bear the thought of today coming and going without them, as this has been my routine for so many years before. Red, as always. Your favourite. And when the florist asked about you, mentioning they missed your early morning visits, I could only weep. I brought the flowers home to you, briefly forgetting the pain of your absence. It was only when I opened the door to an empty room that the pang of silence pierced my heart once again. The roses sit beside me as I write to you, and I'm met with the realization that I have no idea how to care for them. You were always the one that knew how to trim the stems just right to fit the vase I gifted you on the night of our wedding, how to water them, how to arrange them so beautifully, and how to make them last for what seemed like ages. Now, I can only wait for them to wilt, knowing that they too will wither without your touch. I wondered if you'd laugh at me for this letter, for the weight of these words that tumble from my heart onto the page like water from a cracked vessel. You always said I spoke too much for my own good, that love, real love, did not need to be spoken so often, because it lived in the silences, in the spaces between breaths, and in the acts of doing. And yet, somehow, I feel as though I didn't tell you enough. Silence has become unbearable in your absence. It's a ghost at my side, one that I didn't invite and cannot banish. The truth is, I don't know how to exist in a world where you are not. I don't know how to be me without you. I go through the motions. I wake, I dress, I work, I sleep, I sometimes laugh, but all of it is hollow, like a play performed without meaning. As if my body remembers the steps, but my soul is lost somewhere, still reaching for yours. I miss your hand in mine. I miss your terrible jokes, the way you would begin to smile before you finished telling them, bursting with laughter before you could speak the punchline. I miss the way you looked at me, like I was something extraordinary. I remember every detail of our last kiss. Often it replays in my mind like a broken record that I can't bring myself to retire. The way your lips lingered, soft and warm. Did you know it would be our last? I didn't. If I had, I would have held on longer, let time stretch itself so that the world had to pry us apart. It was a kiss like any other, yet now it holds the weight of eternity. I still have your sweater, you know, the one that you always stole back from me, even though you knew it looked better on me. I donated everything else like you asked, but I couldn't let it go. I keep it folded neatly on your bedside table, though I'm too afraid to wear it anymore. Afraid that the scent of you will fade entirely, and then what will I have left? I sleep with it sometimes. When the cold seeps too deep, or when the longing becomes unbearable. People say that grief changes, that time dulls its edges, makes it more bearable. Perhaps that is true, and in time this vast expanse of longing and emptiness will quiet its cries to me, but not today. Today, it is as sharp as the moment you left, as raw as the first night I had to sleep alone, as loud as telling your friends that you wouldn't return. Today, I ache with the weight of it, with the knowledge that love does not die just because a heartbeat ceases. The love remains stubborn and fierce with a veracity that blinds you and makes you ache from your core. A relentless tide that never ceases. If you were here, you would tell me to live. This I know. You always worried I spent too much time looking backward, holding on too tightly. But how could I not hold on to you? You are everything. You tell me that the future depends on the past, even if we don't get to see it. How I wish you could have seen it. I will try for you. I will try for the love we shared, for our promises whispered in the dark, for the laughter that still lingers like a song in my memory. I will carry you with me in every breath, every step, in every moment that is to be. You are not here, I know, but you are not gone entirely, not truly. The pain of your absence is sharp and haunting, and I would give anything not to know it. Anything but never knowing you at all, which would be worse. Yours, always.